Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Troy. Hey, listen, we've all been so thoroughly impressed at the MAGA Republicans' Magic Act, being able to pull whistleblowers out of thin air and then just make them disappear. But on a recent interview on Fox News, James Comer, who was the leader of that farce, that fake whistleblower investigation, kind of let the ball drop, kind of let it slip about what the point of those whistleblower investigations actually were. Check this out.
And we have talked to you about this on this show, about how the media can just not ignore this any longer. In an op-ed in the Washington Post, it says millions flow to Biden family members. Don't pretend it doesn't matter. So do you think that because of your investigation, that is what's moved this needle with the media?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no question. You look at the polling, and right now Donald Trump is 7 points ahead of Joe Biden and trending upward. Joe Biden's trending downward. And I believe that the media is looking around, scratching their head, and they're realizing that the American people are keeping up with our investigation, and they realize something's wrong here.
James Comer saying the quiet part out loud, that essentially the fake whistleblower investigation into Biden's finances, the Biden family finances, was purely a political move to get Biden's poll numbers to drop. It was a political hit job on Biden. That was all that fake whistleblower investigation was all about, to make Biden look bad and to elevate Donald Trump's poll numbers, their cult leader, because all they do, all the MAGA Republicans in Congress want to do is act as stooges for Donald Trump. That's the only point of them being in Congress, is to fight on Donald Trump's behalf. By the way, the poll he's citing is the Washington Post poll that had Trump over Biden by 7 points. Just a very, very flawed poll. First of all, you can't cite a single poll anytime you're looking at a presidential race or a big race like this. A single poll could be an outlier, which this one is. You really need to take an aggregate of all polls around the same time to get an average poll number. That's really how you should be looking at poll numbers. You can't just cite a single poll, because a single poll could be flawed. It could be an outlier. The methods could be bad. And this Washington Post poll was not a great poll. They didn't poll likely voters or even registered voters. They just took a random sampling of 1,000 adults. And that's how they got this number. So it was shoddy polling. You really should be polling registered voters, or likely voters at least. But Comer citing this poll where Trump is over Biden by 7 points, and just rejoicing in that fact and calling it a victory, calling his fake whistleblower investigation a victory because it's put Trump 7 points ahead of Biden. It's kind of reminiscent of the time Kevin McCarthy basically admitted on Fox News that the Benghazi investigations into Hillary Clinton were purely designed to tank her presidential campaign. Do you remember this?
The question I think you really want to ask me is, how am I going to be different? What are you going to see? I love that you asked my questions, but go ahead. That was one of my questions. Go right ahead. Well, I knew you'd want to ask it. What you're going to see is a conservative speaker that takes a conservative Congress, that puts a strategy to fight and win. And let me give you one example. Everybody thought Hillary Clinton was unbeatable, right? But we put together a Benghazi special committee, a select committee. What are her numbers today? Her numbers are dropping. Why? Because she's untrustable. But no one would have known any of that had happened had we not fought and made that happen.
Good. I give you credit for that. I give you credit for.
All MAGA Republicans do is lie. All they can do is gin up fake scandals to make their base angry, like the recent story about homeless veterans getting kicked out of hotels to make room for incoming migrants. Turned out to be a total hoax. There was a group that paid homeless people to pretend to be veterans. Stolen valor, just a horrible, horrible story. It was made up. They had to make up a scandal to enrage their base. They can't win on the power of their ideas. They have no policy solutions. They have nothing to offer the American people. So they make stuff up to make their base outraged, because that's what makes their base go and vote. Fake outrage, fear over things that aren't there. And with Comer in this clip admitting that this whistleblower investigation was purely a political hit job, just rejoicing in the fact that they were able to make Biden's poll numbers go down and Trump's go up. That's all they care about. There was no whistleblower investigations. The whistleblowers disappeared, and all of a sudden we've moved on We've moved on to the Durham report. We've moved on to Target and other culture war issues. We've somehow totally forgot that there were supposedly whistleblowers that were supposed to be coming after Biden's family that had information from informants that Biden was getting all this money from foreign nationals. It was total bullshit. It was made up. And Comer is admitting it here, admitting that it was a political hit job at most to try and hurt Biden's poll numbers, reminiscent of when Kevin McCarthy admitting that the Benghazi investigation was complete bullshit, political hit job against Hillary Clinton. For Meidas Touch, this is Troy. Remember, smash that subscribe button to keep supporting independent media.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.